Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are playing Chaos Seed. Looks like an RPG. A Deucin. However, before he can become a true sage of the earth, he must face a general enchantment cave of Sunji. I must say, I'm not familiar with... I thought I was pretty familiar with most RPGs on Super NES, but this one I am not familiar with. Hero's name and hero's nickname. Why do we need both? You know what? He doesn't have a nickname. It is kind of interesting to have. Oh, it's short. Well, let's call him R. My high school crush. Always use it for female protagonists, just because. See, I don't like this. You only have 3 characters to give some random nickname. Like, nothing really wrong with it. It doesn't really, I don't really feel something like this is necessary. Can't do Rob, because that would be a little weird. A race of cave magi. Interesting. It kind of so far has like a... The music seems more Chrono Trigger like, but it has like a Secret of Mana vibes at the moment. Just happens to inhabit the cave. Okay, so this is a lot like, yeah, Secret of Mana, where we have combat. At least so far, it looks like it's like an action RPG more than turn-based. Use the B button if you wish to survive. Pushing the B button repeatedly delivers a scroll attack. Oh, they just keep respawning. Or, there we go. So it's kind of Zelda. I mean, I guess a lot of Zelda-esque, more so. I should press the A button first. So we almost have a little bit of like fighting game elements in it. It's not doing the jump kick. Yeah, I'm not. The kick thing is not working for me here. You are dashing, press the Y button and B button. This game is getting a little elaborate in some of this stuff. Yeah, some of these moves are a little much. I like how like all the 16 bits they always are dancing in every one of the games. Like rather than just standing there, they're always just doing a little dancey. Fido. It looks like he has a rolling pin. A very interesting premise. Like, very interesting. I'm liking it so far. I like how the rocks are blowing up. Hilarious. Okay, that's unnecessary. Our little dino buddies whoop some butt, though. It does seem to slow down a little bit on some stuff when there's a lot of the guys on the screen. At least when I was trying to do my medium attack. Well, that was kind of worth it. Like, they join you for like 3 seconds. What was even the point? I do like that in theory at least it has one of the engines that gives you choices and how much they actually impact games. A lot of games have kind of done that, but never really did a whole lot of impact. There are the few exceptions. But I've noticed that most games that do have the, oh, choose this or this, end up really not changing much of anything in the game. It's not quite like what is the sci-fi game. Drawing a complete blank for some reason. But I know that one is one of the ones that do now we have time limits and points and this almost feels like it also going to be kind of one of the like endless dungeon kind of things. So we're doing a kind of a building. Feng Shui board, effectively. Still interesting, but I feel like I'm losing a little draw to the game with more of some of this stuff going on. I was more looking forward to more of a Zelda, you know, Secret of Mana kind of game. This one's kind of a action RPG with dungeon builder aspects to it. Maybe even more dungeon builder than action RPG. Oops. Ah, damn it. Arr. What's overlapping? I don't. Oh, okay, I think. Specify the length. We did do the length. That's the wall, right? Like, this is very, kind of very poorly done on this screen. Like, the colors and the way everything kind of overlaps and does stuff, I really feel like they could have done a much better job on this screen, and I feel like you're going to see this a lot. Okay, so we did one more. All right. Accept. It's not very intuitive either. It really does feel kind of awkward. See, it would have been nice to know that prior that you need to go extended past rather than, yeah. Would have been a little bit easier to understand the other previous screen. I mean, it's very complex and interesting. I just feel like almost like you're misled at the beginning with the combat and everything, and now we're in a dungeon building. And granted, I didn't get to see the box, which would have been nice. I wonder. I mean, we used the other two. What's the point of the third? Some of this is a little silly and unnecessary. so we do this. So we got gold over there. Yeah, again, like I said, this is really... Okay, you are here. Let's see if we can move other ways around. Yeah, the other room is better. Oh, that one's terrible. Alright. So yeah, this is going to be our best bet to get the most out of everything. Which is weird because there was a room and not a corridor that we had to build, and sometimes you have to build a corridor. But here the corridor comes with the room. Like, there's no... The consistency kind of seems a little off. I mean, it's still an interesting game, but I mean, I've lost a little interest in it given what it actually winds up being. I mean, again, very, very complex. They got a lot going on. It's not like a insanely amount of things going on at the moment, but just enough that keeps you, you know, having to think about things, which is nice. Okay, so we can. Hell of a intro. Rooms. I mean, it's kind of silly as well. Jeez Louise, like there is a lot going on. Alrighty then. honestly, like, with the amount of buttons that we have that don't, I really feel like having to do the whole draw thing where you hold the button and then pull back from the opposite just kind of feels over-engineered and unnecessary when you should just be able to go and hit the button, call it a day. Yeah, it really feels like that one dungeon game where you get to build all the traps and you're the dungeon keeper and you send all your imps to excavate and everything. Kind of feels a little like that. Good lord. This really isn't helping much. They're just throwing so much. You're just like, oh Lord. Yeah, I kind of lost a little. I really thought this was going to be more Zelda-esque kind of, you know, like I said, Secret of Mana kind of game, but definitely not. I don't mind these games sometimes, but you have to be in the mood to really want to play these kind of games. And having a turn-based too is also like a little deterrent where you don't get to actually like enjoy and just kind of do your thing. It's just like you're just on top of everything. Alright, so now we actually play the game. See, the funny thing is, all of that, and they didn't really say what... Like, what god produced what room? Yeah, so like time's already ticking, and we haven't even figured out what room to build yet. I don't know, like honestly I'm not... Oh, you can choose the god. I really don't like this screen at all. Like, I'm not a fan of it. A lot of the stuff gets lost a little bit. Okay, storage, attack room, production, storage. Like, it's complex, but also just kind of, I don't know, also kind of annoying, to be honest. Okay, that's the size, right? And then we can move to where we want it. We'll just gotta do something. It's a game that's definitely gonna take a while to understand and get used to. You have to, like I said, you really probably have to really be in a good mindset to want to play the game. I mean, this is interesting. It's unique where in this one we're getting attacked by the ceiling, so to speak. Okay, so here's where we get to pick and choose what we want. Energy production, so we can see energy needed 10, produces 40. Energy needed 0, produces 80. We'll do production. I don't like the time limit. I really, it makes the game even less enjoyable and less of a game I want to get into. Like, feeling rushed all the time, in some games it's fine, but I feel like this game is unnecessary. Like, you want to get into and play this and try to enjoy the game, and there's so much going on. To feel rushed and just like go, 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 oh, you gotta do that, and then not having time to do stuff, really feels unpleasant and just unenjoyable to it makes it less and less wanting to actually play the game because it's just this constant, forcing you to just hurry, hurry, hurry in a game that doesn't really require you to need to hurry. Like, you want to look at stuff, you want to understand things, you want to play it, you want to get to hang it, you want to enjoy it, you want to create your thing. Doing one room, hurry, hurry, do the room, okay, that's time out. We didn't even get to collect the stuff that we got because we ran out of time. All this stuff, it takes time to move to each wall to see what we got going on. And you have no time to do anything else. It's like pick a wall, act, go with it, and just, you'll end up with what you end up. And that is kind of fine, and some people may really enjoy that. But I think as a whole, it would be an even better game if it didn't force you to just rush through it. Yeah, see, our stuff left us. Yeah, we have 8 seconds. This is so unpleasant once you start having to do the time limit thing. What's funny is we're doing these small rooms, and it actually takes more to do some of the smaller rooms than it does to do that one. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense either, honestly. And you see stuff around it, but you can't really adjust where the room goes. I don't know, there's just so much lacking. Good God, the little flea is just not going down. I mean, combat is kind of interesting, but it also is lacking a little. Do we even get to finish this? So this is a room that's going to require us to keep filling it with energy, as is this one. This one will maintain just a steady and be what it is. Same as this one. Production does gain more, and this one will be steady. So the refinery and the detection room are going to require a steady influx of energy. Most of the other ones will just maintain steady as is, and then production just produces more. Yeah, let's... I'm still not 100% sure what, doing the gods is really, changing or doing. Yeah, the time limit thing is so annoying. It's just so unnecessary. it's very interesting. It really is a very unique, different game. I feel like you need to be A, in the mood for the game, and B, like, this is definitely not a game for a generalized group of people. I really think that this is a kind of game that is a very unique, so it's just a very specific kinds of people. Okay, so the wood guy. Okay, so we have a couple different things. This would be really good with like a book or a spreadsheet to kind of, because it looks like, depending on who you get, at least at this moment, maybe it's just because of the room I picked, I made it bigger. So there's a lot of factors that go into this. I think it's more because of the size of the room. I made this one bigger. So I think that's what caused it over the god, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there is nothing there. Alright, there's nothing here, so we just, oh, the bedrock. Okay, I get you. We're not going to play too much longer, I don't think. Like, I like it as interesting, but I don't know how much time I'd really want to spend on it. I think the biggest thing for me is just the time limit. It really takes me out of the wanting to really enjoy the game, because I feel like you can't, given the fact that you are just on a time crunch, which is just... Okay, so we did get it to where the detection room is going to pay for itself. We don't need a big detection room. I think a small one is sufficient. Okay, so we're out of energy to build it. So right now we got nothing. Yeah, like I say, it's a very interesting, unique game. I think you really have to be in the mood for it. It has a very, very steep learning curve, I feel. Like, you can kind of piddle around with it and play the game, but in order to really progress and do stuff, there's a huge learning curve that is going to take a while, I feel like, to really get into the hang of it and to get used to the game. I mean, it really is definitely not for everyone. It really did not seem like this was the kind of game at first. It's very interesting. I don't know what the boxing was like and everything else, but I definitely had a completely different thought on what this game was going to be and what it turned out to be. I like that this is like one of the first inclinations of what we have now is like the dungeon kind of maker kind of games that are honestly a lot more fun than this one, to be completely honest. I've enjoyed them a bunch more. Dungeon Keeper, I believe, is one of them. Lots of fun, great little game, you know, lots more going on with it. This one is intricate and very elaborate, but also very kind of basic, where, you know, you only got a couple of specific things that only do a couple specificness, and you don't have that like elaborateness, being able to like run and make interesting like cave designs and traps and everything like you can in like the Dungeon Keeper, the progressing. But I mean, we are talking way back at Super NES, you know, 16-bit, very limited on what they could do. A very interesting, unique game. Like I said, it is not for everyone in any way, shape, or form. You have to specifically like these kind of games, have to really want to get into it. Like I said, huge learning curve. I feel like it would be more fun if it wasn't for a very strict and annoying time limit. I mean, if you want to do a time limit, give you some time to be able to do stuff. I get that it's kind of rushed, but we only have, what was it, 10 turns to earn enough energy. So, like, you really don't get to plan out, look at stuff. It's just, you just really feel rushed, whether you are or not, where it doesn't seem like you are overly rushed. You really have very little time to do much of anything, but it's not overly rushed because of the time stopping at certain spots, luckily. Because if it was a continuous, as you're looking for things, then it would be really annoying. All in all, it's a unique, different, interesting game. Time limit, I could do without. I kind of see why they're doing it, but I also don't feel like it's necessary. Maybe give it to where, you get to build like 2 rooms per turn or whatever. Like have it a different turn-based where you have the option to, look into more things. Go to a couple of the different rooms and try to plan stuff out and, do some things, and have it a different turn-based system than a very strict, very short time limit. I understand it's probably going to get more, you're going to get a lot more time later on, but, I mean, we're starting at the very beginning of the game where you want time to be able to understand and learn to want to be able to play the game more. I feel like this, as strict and early on as it is, I think you're going to lose even more people because it's just go, 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 and you're already like kind of unsure about the game. Being rushed through the game is also kind of taking its toll on you to the point where you're like, is this game I really want to play? And I think I think the strict time limit, especially early on, is probably going to really lose even more people. So it's very interesting, unique. Can't stress that enough. Definitely not for everybody. It's fun, and I would say if this is a game that even remotely strikes your fancy, give it a good go. Expect it early on to be a little annoying at start. I mean, the tutorial, as great as it is, oh my god, is it long and just kind of so almost mind-numbingly boring to a point that they're just trying to throw a lot at you that you don't retain as much as you would like to, because everything is so dry and just kind of here's this and here's this and here's this, boom, there you go. And I get what they did. I mean, they went about it well, and it's good that you just see stuff instead of reading it. And there's only so much you can do. Again, we're on a Super Nintendo level here, where we can't have this like animated wonderful thing like we can now on PlayStation 4 and 5 and all this. But I think everything is presented very well. The game plays well. I think some of the things are unnecessary, like holding the button and going against the wall to access the menu. I think the whole holding and hitting the D-pad is unnecessary. Just hit the button, go to your screen, move on with life. I don't know why we have to add extra steps that really have no basis on anything. But other than that, the time limit, the extra steps, a little bit of a downside. A very unique game, but very player-specific kind of game. It's not a generalized kind of everybody can just sit down and have a good time with it. It really isn't. It's a very in-depth. You're going to have to sit down, take a lot of time, very steep learning curve. But if it's your kind of wheelhouse, I really think you'll enjoy it. Otherwise, I really don't think you're going to get too far into it before you're just over it. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining. Until next time, have a good one.